So we've got R&D wise, we got a little bit of stuff off screen. I did a couple more small contracts, nothing special, and I managed to unlock electronics because you kind of do need the illuminators to be able to land well on the moon. I remember trying it before with no lights, and it was really hard to judge how far above the ground you were when you didn't have any shadow to work with. So I spent a bunch, 90 research points to get the lights, the batteries, and the some of the solar panels available. We're not doomed yet. We're getting there. We're not doomed yet. And the next thing I want to get is the fuel systems, because you kind of need the fuel lines, the external fuel ducts, to make really efficient rockets, if you ask me. Also, the 800, liter fuel tank would be nice, especially in all the other ones. So that's what we're going to try to get to next. A lot of this stuff, I've never seen before. I don't think I've ever seen this engine before. I think this has always been there. This I'm unfamiliar with. A lot of this stuff, I don't know what the hell that is. It looks... Waiting in the sky. Hey, Coffee Sip. Cheers for the future sacrifice Kerbals. Well, we're not sacrificing anybody just yet. But we don't need to look through all this, and I don't need to tell you what I do and do not know. I'm sure a lot of this I'm unfamiliar with, because the game is updated so much since we last played. But let's pop back into the construction field. Gain 100 Doom. I gained all of the Doom. So right now we have a contract to build an unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power and can reach the designated polar orbit around Kerbin within reasonable deviation. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Ooh, that maintains stability. Huh. I don't know if the rocket I built for that mission will be able to do that. We're gonna have to redo that one, I think, because let's load up. Open Doodle 10. I accidentally skipped Doodle 9. So I built this little thing for the probe mission. It's a manned rocket, and then it's got a probe, like a probe core. And the idea was that I just get into orbit, then I release this, and then I just burn back into orbit, or burn back into a like an atmosphere reentry. Well, let's see. The orbital specifics are there. And I don't know, because this thing doesn't actually have any propulsion to itself. Well, you know what? Technically what I could do, because I've got it set to decouple from here and here. I could remove that decoupler, attach it there, and then I could just decouple this whole section, and then it would have some doodle. Let me zoom in here. I haven't actually launched this thing yet. Yeah, I got photovoltaics on there. And the Commutatron, so it should be okay. Why don't we give this a go? I tried doing this without a Kerbal on board, and I couldn't get it stable for some reason. So this one we should be trying to reach. I don't know if this is, it looks a little wibbly wobbly. I don't know. That looks like a problem right now. That seems slightly problematic, but why don't we just let's do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. So, oh, the staging's all messed up too. That should do it though. Oh, it's a little wibbly. Needs more struts. It has 0 struts, so it might need more struts indeed. So ideally what happens is we use these two to get it into a good position. Then we launch this one, and we use these pods to steer it. So we'll just use I don't know, maybe a quarter thrust on them. Just enough to steer it. Starship Troopers apparel mod for RimWorld? No, I have not seen that, oddball. And you know I love some Starship Troopers. Oh, we're almost out. Woo! And then we need to start going polar orbit, polar orbit. Oh, I'm gonna be polar, and you're gonna like it. I'm having trouble getting without. I don't want to burn a lot of fuel. I just kind of want to use these guys for steering purposes right now. I don't want to burn a lot of fuel atmospherically with my liquid-fueled engines, but we'll see where this gets us. Not doing too bad, really. It's not, also, it's not, you know what, we're going to have to crank it. Because we're not, yeah, because this thing's about to... Yeah, because now we're just using liquid fuel engines to get into orbit, and that's not ideal. That's not ideal. But, I mean, it's not a complicated orbit, so we'll see how it goes. All rockets look vaguely phallic. It's just a thing. Oh, need to burn more. That needs to be above 70. Alright, let's get to 75. So we'll go polar, and then we just get to a point where I think the lines will intersect, and then we burn it like a parallel trajectory, and it should shoot it around. Mission today. So right now we're trying to do a mission for to get a satellite into a polar orbit. But ideally today, what I want to do is get to the moon. I want to get to the moon today. So, and that. I don't know if it's gonna be a thing with this rocket though, because like already we're almost out of fuel. This is my first attempt at this at putting up a satellite though. So I don't think I've ever put a satellite into orbit. So did this thing deploy? No, it didn't deploy. So we just wait until we're near our doodle here, and then we burn again. We're not anywhere close to being able to get it in. What might be a better idea would just be to attach a probe to the other rocket I bought or built. What did you miss? You didn't miss anything, Caleb. You didn't miss anything yet. We basically just started today. All right, so now let's just burn. Straighten ourselves out. I mean, we want to burn a little bit this way to try to stabilize this. Try to turn it a little bit.
Have to science the shit out of this.
I have no idea what my fuel consumption is like right now, but we're getting the node on target there. Stay on target. Stay on target. Let's actually cut the engines and see where we're sitting. Oh, almost out. Okay, so we are almost out of fuel. Okay, so that's not going to work. Revert flight back to vehicle assembly. So that's not nearly efficient enough. What I could always do,
everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
Here, let's open up Doodle 8. Because this one is really efficient. And what I could try to do is... This one works really well. This one works really, really well. Wait, this is not the rocket I built. This is not the one I built at all. Where's the one I built? Is this it? No, that's Doodle 10. That's Doodle 8? I built one off screen, and now I don't know where it is. I think it's gone. Well, that's a shame. I built a ship off screen, and it's not here anymore. Alright, well, I guess we could try working on one of these bastards. I just turn this into a probe delivery system. Damn it. I had a really nice rocket built, too. Where the hell did it go? I had it saved and everything. I don't know how efficient this thing is. Here, why don't we do a test launch with this guy? Hey, Shadowlands. You haven't missed anything yet. We just started today. I think I may have accidentally saved over the rocket I built, because I built a really efficient rocket off screen that I was going to use today that is not here anymore. And this one I do not remember the specifics of this rocket, because I don't remember using this one very much. So I'm just going to test this thing out, see how stable it is and how fuel efficient it is, see what kind of orbit I could get this thing into, and then I guess we'll go from there, because like I said, I guess I accidentally borked my really efficient rocket. I'm gonna have to rebuild that. That bums me out. I mean, so far this thing's pretty stable. And I mean, I could easily just rip out the science bits and replace it with a probe core. I don't know. It's starting to lean. But we'll see what happens. We'll get it into a good spot, and then we'll see where we go. All right, can I get this thing? Can I control it over at all? Not really. Hey, Caleb. All right, so it's twisting, and we don't want that. Let's wait until we get these boosters off, and then see what we can do with this. Doom! All right, let's see if we can get this thing to start leaning in the direction it needs to go. Not really. Not really. You don't have a lot of control. Without, like, liquid-fueled thrusters, you don't have a lot of control over these guys. But let's see. We're just testing. We're just testing. I'm starting to get it over. We're starting to get there. I don't know. This is a little bit better than I expected. Because that's about where we need to be, like, this angle. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll separate. What does that put us at? Whoa, that puts us at a really high doodle. This engine is not going to be very good for actually pushing us into an orbit, though. Okay, that's not too bad. And then there's another... Okay, so let's revert flight to vehicle assembly here. We still counting Kerbal deaths? Oh, yeah. We're still counting. So this is not bad, but it needs to change a little bit. Like, okay, for starters, like, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need any of this crap. We can strip that stuff off because we don't need it. Let's see, that is... Oh, no, we don't need that. I would say this would just be for re-entry into the atmosphere after we launch the probe. So we just need a little tiny thing like this. So we need, so there would be that. And then what we would do is we would put the probe, the actual probe would go right here. So we would need a probe core. And a battery to go with it. Electrics, there we go. A battery. Oop. Let's zoom in here. There we go. Alright, so we're looking here. So now we need some photovoltaics on there. So we'll do what, like 4? 4 of those. And then some, a communicatron. Probably one that goes up and doesn't stick out like that. We just need one. And rotate it up. Sure. And why don't we put on like a little bit of science equipment for it? Like that. And why don't we put on one of these two? That should be okay. So that would be our probe. Then the probe would need a tiny little engine so that we could control it. So like a wee little engine. Like that. And then a decoupler. Okay. And then, okay, so that works up there. That should all be fine. A lot of staging there, and we might need some struts to keep it all together. But let's zoom out a little bit. So this... Okay, that part's fine. Like, this part down here is not good. Like, this is not going to get... Well... That one would be, ideally this would be for pushing me around into different orbits, which is what we would want. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these up. No, I'm going to get rid of these. I built a sub-assembly that I call booster pods that work really well. All right, and then these would need to be attached like onto the main body, like this, in like 2 pairs of 2, like that, and then another one like that. I feel like this is super overkill for putting a freaking doodle into orbit, but I mean, theoretically, it should work. So what we would do is we would launch all 4 of these, and this one would, the center one we want to take off. Wait, why does the center one have like multiples? Where's the center one? Oh, it's way up here. All right, so we do that. Are we in the just strap more rockets out of stage of the game? Basically, yeah, because I don't have really good, I don't have like good fuel economy. Because what I need is the I need to get enough science so I can get the fuel connectors, because that's how you make like really efficient rockets, which is what I've done before. So right now we're just trying to get to that point, and before that you just need more staging. So we'll launch these, and then what we'll do is we decouple all of them, because those will all go at the same time, and they can all be, I don't know, probably at like 75%. Make sure they're all at exactly 75% too, and theoretically that should have taking care of these ones as well. Check those. Okay, so we're going to decouple all of those. Then what we do is this single one here. So let's add a stage. Then, oh, you know, we don't need another stage because that goes at the same time as the decouples. So that gets us into a good orbit, or into a good lift. Yeah, it might just blow up when I take off. Yeah, that's a possibility too. But we gotta talk our way through it, right? So these ones go, get us into a good altitude. Then this one boosts us even higher. We use the fins for stabilization during that stage, and what we'll do is we'll just move these like that. Let's move them over a little bit. Okay, then we get the complicated part. So, we need to decouple. We need the decoupler for this one, which is way up here. So decouple. Shiza. Yep, that's the right one. So then we would decouple this one, and we would turn on at the same time 2 of these engines. So that would be these 2. And then we need this decoupler here. So these ones would go. So that would be, so we'd turn these 2 on. They would burn. And then we would decouple while we turn on the other 2. Shiza, I messed that up. There we go. So decouple those ones, turn these ones on. And then this one would have to go behind those. And then we decouple these ones while we turn this one on. Okay, I think we're getting closer. So we decouple these ones, turn the middle one on, then we decouple the middle one. That's the probe core. All right, I think that's it. Let's save this. Save this one as doodle number 8. Launch. Yeah, if I get the staging wrong, it blows up anyway. No matter what, I mean, things are gonna blow up one way or the other. But we gotta give this a try, right? We'll make sure these engines are set to like 66%. Perfect. Doing D&D this weekend? We should be, yes. Theoretically, we are. It's already starting to push over onto the side. I don't like that. But I mean, it doesn't need to be. If I can get to the point where I use the liquid rockets, then we'll be in a better. It's already falling over. It is already falling over. I think I might need more thrust on these guys. Might need 100% them. Yep, it's already healing over. A lot. I don't think that's enough thrust to keep it going straight up. So let's just see where let's just see where this takes us. It's taken us not in the right direction. A moment of silence for the dead Kerbals. Well, no, this isn't gonna be a dead one. This is we could just get rid of that. Oh no! Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's not a dead Kerbal. That was a successful. That was a successful escape. So let's go back to the vehicle assembly. Alrighty. Let's see. So I don't think I had enough thrust on. Let's just go 100% thrust on these. See if that'll get us. I don't think I had enough speed. Oh, the other thing I could do is use 2 of the liquid rockets at the same time as the second stage instead of waiting, because then I would have much more control over the thing. Alright, let's try that. Let's see if we can get more, if more thrust helps. More! More! If I can get more, if I can get higher and get more speed, I might have a little bit more stability. It's a little better, it looks like. I mean, the decoupling is going to be the important thing. I could just eliminate one of, I could just simplify some of the staging and it might work better. Alright, so then, Alright, we're losing speed, which is not ideal. Yeah, this is too heavy for one booster to get up there. But let's just, I mean, it's stabler than it was before. Let's see, what does that put us at? Barely anything. Barely anything. So I think we'd have to use some of the rockets. Some of the liquid. No, Warmaker, you haven't missed anything. We haven't done much yet. We just built this rocket and we're testing it out. Yeah, that is not enough thrust for all this fuel. All right, so what we'll do is river fight vehicle assembly. Okay, so the issue is after the first decoupling, we need to turn on the first stage of rockets as well. Then that one. Alright, that should be it. Alright, we'll try it like that. Do, 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 do. Bandit, I'm fully well aware. I am playing on a campaign. I do not have access to all of the technology yet, so I cannot make very efficient rockets. I have to work with what I got. I have to work with what I have. I can't just magically make the rockets more efficient. I have to work with what I got, get the science, and then I can make more efficient rockets. Alright, so this time we're going to be going with... we're going to be using 3 rockets instead of 1. Wow! Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was problematic. There was a little bit of wiggle in there. There was a little bit of wiggle. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Launch. Do 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 do. All right, this time no thrust during the staging, and then we thrust up. See how that works. Got all the science around the launch pad and everything. As far as I know, I mean, everybody told me that you could just go out and get science by digging in the dirt, but that wasn't a thing. There was no soil samples. Like last time, everybody said, go get soil samples, go get soil samples, go get water samples. But that wasn't a thing. Hey, Destroyer. There was no soil samples or water samples to get. It just wasn't an option. I don't know if I need more upgrades before I'm allowed to do that, but it just wasn't a thing I was allowed to do. Yeah, ditching the center booster is something I might try next, because that kind of gets in the way. Okay, that's better. Hey, Pirate Mossman. Disappointed in game choice? Why is this an awesome game? We don't have a lot of speed. And I'm not really, I'm trying to get this thing into a polar orbit. It's not working. Diniffy! Did you go to each building and do full science? I don't know what that means. What does do full science mean? I do not have control over this motherfucker. It's wiggly. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I mean, we're not doing half bad though. Maybe maybe just don't fight it. Just don't fight. I don't have enough speed. All right, when I drop the booster, I think I'm gonna have to go full thrust on this stage. Let's go full thrust right now. Drop the thruster. Now we're gonna be able to control it. Yeah. Yeah, there. Now we got some control. Do 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 do. What happened to Hitler? He got shot in the head and took some cyanide. Pretty sure that's the gist of that story. Where do we stand right now? Well, actually, that's enough. Well, that's a lot of fuel to get me into an orbit. Do, 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 do. Good morning. Oh, yeah, you're Australian. You live in the future, boss man. Future man. The Bit Hitler? Well, oh, we're playing a space game, so we're using our space theme. I have different themes for different games. Hitler is just my default. But if we're playing anything in space, we use David Bowie. You can do science at each of the different places. Do you just mean, like, take an EVA report? There we go. I have not taken... I don't think I've gone around and taken EVA reports at all the places. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotta nose up. Nose up. Yeah, I gotta get that apoapsis in front of me. Well, I could try that. I mean, I just didn't do it before because it was a really... So sorry, I forgot to dance. It was a really boring walk to go do that stuff, and I'm a little jacked here. We'd have to burn off to this side a little bit to straighten that out. Build a science car in the hangar. Science car just to run around and pick daisies at the doodle. All right, let's actually. So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. So we'll go for a more efficient burn here. I got one more engine to get me into the orbit I need after these guys are gone. I got one. Wait, let's cut though, because we're not at our apoapsis right now. I don't know if I know what wheels are yet. I might know what wheels are, but I'm not sure. I think we need, I think it's 2,200 meters per second to achieve orbit. So we need about 300 more. Ideally, I would have liked to have gotten into orbit with these engines, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. All right. Get rid of those. Almost, though. I mean, if we're careful, we do have, what is this, a 400 doodle? Yeah, that's a 400 doodle fuel tank. This might be enough to do it. Well, get us into orbit for certain, but let's wait. I mean, because we're at about 2,100, so we're almost into an orbit. Wake up. How do you wake up at such ungodly hours? I used to wake up at about 3 a.m. every day. So I think what we would want to do... Well, let's get ourselves into a stable orbit first. Yeah, that's not too bad, really. We might have enough fuel to do this. Alright, so... Yeah, that's fine. Make sure this is, not hitting the atmosphere before we do anything. Alright, so we're in orbit. Alright, so... Right here, the periapsis is 380... 1,000. So we would want to try to match this. So let's burn again. I'm waiting. You didn't read my last bit message. I'm sorry, I'm working on some things. I don't even know what it said. Remember a kid from school with a rat's tail all the way down his back. It was super annoying, stupid, and some weird... Why do I need to know about the kid with the rat tail? Why? Alright, so let's scrooge this down. You know what I'm going to do is... How much fuel have we got? A good amount. A good amount. 200. So why don't we try to match this one to this one? 385. I don't need to know about the kid with the rat tail. Okay, there's that. That's matched. I said 385. It's 358. But we did it right. Okay, so let's match that. How much fuel's left? About a few. About a few. So now we go to the apoapsis. Wait, you didn't like this game because you once knew a kid with a rat tail? What? I'm failing to see the logic. Maybe we should try to align it first. I'm really not good with the whole orbital dynamics thing. How long will be streaming? About 4 hours. All right, so do I want to try to rotate the orbit first? I mean, it's a polar orbit. It's just not the kind of polar orbit they wanted. Okay, so... If I... Alright, so if I move 90 degrees towards, from the direction I'm heading right now, and I burn in that direction, it'll twist... It'll twist around, but it won't change the... It won't get me the orbit I want, right? How do I... Which direction do I burn to get the right orbit? Because I just realized that it'll twist, like, around this way if I do what I was thinking of doing. Like, it'll twist around this way, and what I need to do is kind of twist around, like... Oh, so if I think what I would want to do is get to the polar, like... Yeah, we get up there, then we do it, and then it'll twist around. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So we'll wait until we're at the South Pole, then we'll try it. I think that's how that works. Have you seen the D&D Beyond animated trailer? I have not. There's a DN backslash that's on the orbit you want to burn. I don't know what DN backslash is. Oh, right here. The descending node. That's what you meant. So we'll get to... I think this will work. And then we just look at that thing. So we'll wait until we're, like, aligned with it. Then we get to that thing. Then we burn in that direction. What do I think of the new Paradox game? I love it! I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It looks amazing. So let's just... I don't think I need to be twisting, but... let's see what this does. Let's give it, like... 2/3. Is it going? Is it twisting? No, that's not right. That's not right, because what that just did is that just scrooched it around that way. So that's not right. Maybe, ooh, you know what? Maybe it was one of these guys. It was probably one of these guys. Twister doodle. Is it twisting? Guys, is it doing the thing? I mean, I fucked this up by hitting the wrong thingy. And now I can't even tell if it's moving at all. I mean, the orbit's obviously changing because I'm... Wait, it is. It looks like it's twisting. Can use the in-game tool to help you maneuver. I don't have it! God damn it! I don't have it unlocked yet. That's not a thing I have yet. I can't just do that. It costs a fortune. Hang on, let's, because we're out of fuel now. Here, let's revert to vehicle assembly. Let me show you, this is saved, so leave. Yes, it needs to be unlocked. You need to unlock it from the tracking station. I believe it's the tracking station, and that's cost a butt-ton to upgrade. Yeah, it's 563,000 to upgrade. And let's see. Patched conics visible on map. Max power. Unknown object. And even then, I don't know if it... Even then, I don't know if it'll... It doesn't look like it's on there. It's a facility level 2. I mean, I wonder if it's from somewhere. Astronaut complex upgrade required for off-world EVA surface samples. "12 active Kerbals can perform EVAs. Can place flag." That's the space plane hangar. I don't think this will do it. Flight planning. Ooh, is flight planning what I need? Maybe it's flight planning, because that I can afford. That might be it. I thought you had to upgrade the tracking station, but it might be this one. Mission control. I mean, it's not this. Maybe that's it. It's flight planning? I think it's flight planning. That's gotta be it. It's not like this was a very effective rocket to begin with, but let's at least test that out. Just do it! Let's just see if it was the flight planning. I'm being told it's the flight planning, but I sense that a lot of people haven't played this game in about the amount of time that I haven't played this game. So let's get a launch going. And see if we could actually do the flight planning thing. Because it's because I know what you're talking about. You grab the little tool and you tell it like where you want to, you like maneuver it around, and it shows you what your orbits would be like if you did like X burn. Yeah, add maneuver. That's it right there. Okay, so now we have access to that. So we have access to that now. Node maneuver, nifty thing. It is super nifty. Oh, we don't want to do this, and we want to... Whoop-pow! Well, that didn't work. I hit the button too quickly. We got into orbit. That was the thing. It's just it wasn't very efficient. How can we make this more efficient? You know, maybe you guys were, you know, what if we revert flight to vehicle assembly? Maybe just lose the center one? That's one wonky rocket. No, it's one amazing rocket. I'm just bummed that I don't have the science I need to really do what I want. I bet I could set these to a lower thrust for more efficiency. With losing that dead weight. Let's try that. Dead weight! Oh, we gotta increase the Kerbal counter too, because that guy I left in orbit's definitely dead. Did it increase? It increased. Okay, it worked. It worked. Yep, it worked. That definitely worked. Do. Launch when the KSC is under orbit. I have no idea what that means. Boop. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm so bummed because I built a really cool, really efficient rocket. I could about to rescue mission. Well, I reverted the flight, so he's not in orbit right now. I just was like, nope, that didn't happen. But whenever I'm doing it on the honor system. Whenever I do something that would legit get a Kerbal killed, I'm increasing the kill counter. I've mounted a rescue mission all the way to the moon once, which was fucking sweet. Well, technically it wasn't a rescue mission because I got the Kerbal killed. It was a rescue the science mission, which was a lot of fun to mount and maneuver. And oh, we need more rockets. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Go, 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 go! Go, go, gadget rockets. Ho! Ho! Oh, fathead! Fathead Magoo! It's healing over! She's a fatty! I need those fuel systems. So did you bring the science home mission to the yeah, I brought the science home. I brought the science home. The Kerbin was fucking dead. The Kerbal was fucking dead. He was dead. He was super dead. I splattered him all over the face of the moon. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is not gonna get me. Not this is not gonna work. Well, let's see how well we do. Woo! Get rid of those doodles. Because these guys, like, once I get to this stage, it's pretty cool. I just gotta get this stage up higher. More rockets! Oh, wait, we're almost there. Whoopah! So what we want to do is add a maneuver and say, we're going this way. Oh, I missed my nodes. That's pretty good. And then we would also do is want to, like... No, we don't want to flip it that way. What we want to do is flip it... No, we don't want to flip it that way either. So we would need to wait until we're at a different doodle. Yeah, we would need to wait until we're, like, at a different thingy-bobble. Oh, maybe what we got to do is get to the point where they intersect and then burn where it intersects. Because this doodly is what we need to do, is get it rotating. Let's go ahead and just delete this. We gotta get to the point where it's doodling. This is not gonna work. Cheb's like, oh fuck. Or what we can do is just say, fuck it, we don't know how orbits work and go to the moon. Now I could get to the moon now that I've got the little thingies. We can do a mooner bypass with a rock. Well, could have with the rocket I built before, but now it's gone. It was basically this rocket with more engines is what I built before. Oh, we want to face that way. Oh, yeah. Jeb's not on his 9th reincarnation. She's on his, like, 400th reincarnation. Yeah. Oh, shit. I passed the thingy. Okay, so this is now... I'm too dumb to figure out how orbits work. Ah, God, I want my freaking... I want my goddamn fuel doodles. Do I have wheels? I don't think I have wheels yet, so I don't think I can do a car to get science. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, let's take a look at the science doodle. Cuz I don't have wheels to do the car like everybody was saying. Are these wheels? Yeah, that's landing gears. I think those count. I think that counts as wheels. Landing stuff. Heat shields, landing struts, escape launch system. That sounds like something I would need. Wondering when the Ruler Waves 2 will come out. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Oh, there's some more wheels there. Man, there's so much cool stuff to unlock. But I need this one! Fuck. So much science. Okay. You know what this thing is lacking is more rockets. Yes, I do agree that Rule the Waves was a great game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, those look dangerously close together. Okay, that's the exact same placement I had before. Oh, fuck. I screwed that up. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of those. Because we're gonna be using more boosters, I can boost more fuel, so I can grab another fuel tank here. So I can do more orbital dynamic movement there. We're gonna do this. Then what we're gonna do is go grab the sub-assembly booster pod. Everybody knows that if it doesn't work, you just put more rockets on it. Alright, that's better. And we're not doomed. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. See, we'll just use... That's not right. We forgot to double it. X. Bam. X. Grab it. X. Bam. Which one's... Why is it not doing it? Do the symmetry, please. Symmetry me! See, doesn't that look so much better? What could possibly go wrong? Yes, I know there's the option to place them symmetrically, but that groups them all together in a way I do not want. All right. Okay. This will work. So now we just got to do the stage. This is where the staging gets complex. This is just to get the smallest probe possible into orbit. I need the fuel lines. Now I really wish I'd done the fuel lines before the photovoltaics. Okay, so we need to split these up. And what we need to do is pairs of these will go off at a time. Is what happens. So we'll do this pair of engines first. And we're gonna have to decouple all of these ones at the same time. Then we'll do this pair. Make sure that's right. Then we'll do this pair. And what we do is we decouple these ones with that. So we turn these ones on, then we decouple, we do those ones. No, not the center one. Then we do... No, not that one. Where's the last set of doubles? That's this one. So we do... Oh, no, that's the... Okay, so decouple all of these and turn this engine on. Then we turn this one on and we decouple this section. Then we turn these ones on and we decouple this section. Which is which one? Which is this one. Then we turn these ones on. Then we turn the last one on. And we decouple this section. And then... I think that's right. I think that's right.
Space!
Banana Lord, thanks for the follow. Russians use more rockets. I know they do. Save. Launch. I think what I think to get to go to where I need to do, what I need to do is get to the point where the orbit intersects where I want it to, the orbit I want it to be on, and then I have to burn there, and then it'll rotate around that point. Unlimited power! This will work. I got this shit. This will work. Oh no, it's turning. Why is it turning? Why is it turning, guys? Is the audio on the follow tip curve always been slightly out of sync or am I hallucinating? It's always been slightly out of sync because the audio I recorded from the clip and then the GIF I just pulled off the internet, so it's kind of hard because it's not recorded at the same frame. Yeah, that's going too fast. Oh, you know what? I just realized that's... Oh, fuck. Some of these boosters are at a different power level. That's why it's tipping. Yeah, it's always been slightly off. So 100%, 100%. I don't think 100% is necessary. I think we put them all at 75. And then we're fine. All right. Save. Launch. Trust me, trying to get that synced as much as it is was a hassle. Whoa! Okay, just barely got off the ground. How much space junk have I left up there? Not too much, honestly. There's like maybe 8 or 10 things up there. There's maybe 8 or 10 things up there. No, I don't know how to do an airplane either. I've only bothered with the rockets. I've never bothered with the airplanes because I just wanted to build the rockets. The rockets I had fun with. I think we might have needed slightly more power on this thing because it's kind of heeling over. It's like launching a manatee into space. But I mean, it is kind of heeling over in a direction I can work with. Wah! Oh, no! No! Don't do that! It just flipped over. Alright. Revert flight, vehicle launch. Fuck me! Alright, let's try this at, like... You know, let's just do them all at 100, I guess. Let's just try them at, like, that, see how it works. Whee! Spent about 12 hours trying to build a plane and never got it to work right. I've never even tried because I just wanted to rock it. I just wanted to rock it, and that's all I wanted to do. I mean, maybe depending on how this goes, we'll try it. Use all next stage. That completely defeats the purpose of the staging system, though. If I use them all at the same time, then they all run out of fuel at the same time, and it really destroys the efficiency. The point in having them go 2 at a time is that each stage becomes more efficient than the last. Now, see, there I'm going too fast. 90 might be the trick there. Ooh. I got it. It's stable this time. It's already kind of going this way in terms of its orbit, so why don't we just go with that? Over. It's a fucking manatee. Over. God damn you, manatee. I'm gonna call this the USS Manatee. It's like flying a brick. Okay. It's stable. It's stable and it's facing a direction I can work with, but not the one. Oh, shit! Well, fuck me. Can I transfer fuel? Is that a thing I can do? I don't think I can. I lost an engine. I lost an engine on that. I don't know where. That must have been during the staging. Well, let's try turning down the power just a hair, because I definitely wasted some potential energy there. 90. 90. 90. God, I'm so bummed. I spent like 2 hours building a rocket off screen, and then I must have accidentally saved over it. I'm bummed out about that. Yes, Bandit, I'm fully well aware that if I had the tubes, if I had the fuel transfer tubes, everything would be easier. That's why I said 100 times, if I had the fuel transfer tubes, I could make a more efficient rocket. I'm aware of that. But I have to work within the bounds of the game. Well, if I don't see the like condensation on the hull, then I'm not wasting my potential energy here. All right, let's make sure this is all the way at the top. I'm still getting it a little bit, but I think we're a little better. Got to it. If anything, we got to a slightly higher speed. Oh, fuck me, you cow! God damn it! It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Fuck me. Bandit, I didn't ask if I could with parts I didn't have. I asked if it was possible with the parts I did have. Rotating along the Kerbal rotation, that would be a bit more efficient. But I need a polar orbit is the thing. I need a polar orbit. I think the problem might be with the stability there, might be this. It's hard to see. I don't want to fuck anything up. Might be this.
Space.
All right, let's get rid of that. Hey, thanks, Tim Curry. J3 Biz back. Stabilizers on the other rockets. The other rockets aren't. I mean, the stabilization isn't the problem. Is that it's unbalanced. When I get to that stage, it just flips over. And I don't think fins would help that. I think it's either it's just too fat. And if anything, we can turn this down to 85. Let's try that. It's a little too fat, and I think that's destabilizing it. I don't think fins would make a big enough difference to prevent it from hauling over like that. Because I did add that second fuel tank in the middle there. Okay. Straighten up, you bitch. There we go. More rockets. Hey, monsieur. Alright, if it wants to go this way, I'm just gonna let it go this way, rather than fight it and then try to fix the orbit and fix the issue in orbit. Jetfire, I know. I'm aware. I am tweaking it to try to make it work better. Oh, yeah, see? Taking out that engine, I can control this way better. I mean, it's still like flying a brick, but... So, let's try to get it into the fucking direction it needs to go. Polar orbit or bust. Okay, okay. Alright, well, we didn't get this far before. All right, all right. Now we just kind of scrooch in this way. All right, I think this is better than we've done before. Because this stage is always kind of inefficient, but the next stage is a good one. Whoppa! Okay, this one, because we're hauling less weight, and we're up higher, we're going to be in a better position to actually get into an orbit that I can work with. Alright, so what are we at? 50,000. Do, 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 do. Kind of going the wrong direction, but we can adjust that on the fly here. When we get a little bit above, let's go to like 75. And then we'll cut it. Which third am I burning the center one too? Oh fuck, I'm burning the center one too. Let's turn that off. Shut that one down. I did not want that engine on. I must have messed that up in the staging. I'm in space. Oh, are we talking about was it Wheatley? Wheatley, is that the one we want? This was supposed to be the easy one. We were supposed to go to the moon today. All right, so let's get a little bit closer. Turn in that direction. Start burning at like 75% thrust. And in the meantime, we're going to try to correct our orbit so that it's a little clearer. Man, Portal 2 was a good game. We need to make sure we don't pass the apoapsis here, so we need to speed it up. Oh, shit. There we go. I was like, staging. We're like right on the. This is not very efficient at all. All right, now we can. Okay, we're okay. It's in front of us, so now we can scrooge down a little bit, and then we can lower the thrust. How's the fuel? This damn probe is gonna be the death of me. It's gonna be the death of me. Alrighty. Polar orbit, here I come. We're almost into orbit. Getting there. Do you need a specific direction as well as a plane of orbit? I don't think so. I don't think it specified a direction one way or the other. Oh, whoa. There we are. Alright, so... Magnus can into orbit. Yes, I can. So, like, ideally, what I was thinking is I go to, like... What I would do is I would go to, like, one of these guys. Like, over the doodle. Add a maneuver. And then... Yeah. That's how you... That's how you do that, it looks like. Well, although that's burning. That really messes... Because that gets it almost in the right direction. What do these ones do? That one just kind of, yeah, scrooches it around one way or the other. We don't want that. So let's clear this node. So, do I try to get the orbit scrooched around right? No, I think I have to do that last. I've never actually tried to get a specific orbit before. It was always just like, you see that target over there? Hit it anywhere and you're fine. So I think what I try to do is I go up to here, add maneuver, and then we do it like a little bit. Can we do it until like because we're burning, so we're adding momentum. So we're going to try to do this at the same time. So we'll do this one, and maybe if we burn to like the periapsis is like right over us, I think that's like kind of where we want to be, right? No, it's a little wonky there. We don't want to go too much. I definitely don't want to go past the orbit I need to be in. So like maybe about halfway, and then we do it in 2 stages. How did the last Kerbal die? Explosions. And then what we do is then we go to the apoapsis, we do the same thing again, and we still got some fuel in these boosters, so. Can you do an EV crew report up here? Nah, not anything that'll get me anything. Alright, so is that the one what is the node that I've, like, specified on here? It's gotta be that blue, the blue one has gotta be the one, because it's got an arrow pointing. That's gotta be the one I set. The is the real important part of the play. Exactly. What is this goal of the launch? I need to try to match the orbit on the map and launch a probe into that orbit. I mean, what I do have a little bit of wiggle room, because after I run out of fuel on these engines, then I got this one. Then once I run out of fuel on this engine, what I could do is just release the probe, go home with this, and then see if, because I got a tiny little bit of fuel on here, but this probe weighs nothing. It's really, really light. So I might be able to still maneuver it around with the limited amount of fuel by just using the tiniest little bit of thrust, because it doesn't weigh a lot. All right, so how far away is this thing? A few minutes. I've never tried to match an orbit before. Node in... Okay, we're going to start burning at 75%. About 75%. All right. And then once we pop these off, turn this one back on, activate engines, go. And this is, unfortunately, I wasted fuel on this thing because I had the staging wrong, but what are you gonna do? Well, I'm getting it turned in the right direction. That's good. You bastard. Well, look at that ice sheet. That's beautiful. I don't know if I've ever been over the ice sheet. Doesn't count for science, though. And then we'll just cut the engines once we get all the Delta V we need. And then we'll put on another node. Trying to match the red. But I think I have to do it at least 2 burns. If not more. Alright, I'm gonna cut it there, that's close. Okay, so we gotta try to match that orientation. So then what we'll do is we'll go back here, add a maneuver, and we do it again. Yeah, it's gonna be several maneuvers to get that to line up, because I burn too much, I fly outside of the orbit of the planet. We gotta stay within the yeah, so that would get me close. That's gonna be a few doodles there, and then maybe move this up. Yeah, try to straighten that out a little. Yeah, because I could do like 15 or 20%. It's gotta be a couple burns. And I don't know if I have the fuel for a couple burns. I don't think I have the fuel for this mission. I think what I need to do is ditch it and try to do a flyby of the moon. Because I think I could do a flyby of the moon easier. Might be able to do a flyby of the moon with this spaceship easier. So because that would get me butt tons of science. So much science for a Mooner mission. Even if it was just a flyby. And now that I have the planning nodes, I can definitely do that. Yeah, it's like, the delta V on this is like 800 for each burn, and I don't know, I don't really have the fuel for that. Alright, so we're gonna start burning now. Now you can see the orbits starting to align a little bit better. Metric butt tons. Oh yeah, metric butt tons. Not just imperial butt tons, metric butt tons. Where's the planet? Oh, I lost it. There it is. I'm under it. Because I did get into orbit with a decent amount of fuel. It's aligning. So that's how that works. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Several burns it'll take, and I'm kind of off the nose there, and I ran out of fuel. Yeah, we need more efficient doodles before we can get that working. So then let's just decouple this. Decouple this. Can I take control of that thing? You know what? I think I might be able to do it from, How do I get home? How do you get home? Oh, that's not it. There's gotta be a way to get home. Because it was what I was thinking is like, how can I take control of this guy now? It's got power and everything. Alright, so getting this guy home's easy. Bino, hey. For this guy, all I have to do is enable, yeah, set him to retrograde, and then turn this engine on. Wait, am I not controlling this? Why don't I have control over this guy? Oh, am I on staging mode? There we go. And then just bring... Oh, his orbits... Oh, yeah. He's fine. He's gonna get home. He's gonna get home. How's it going? Rough. I gotta figure out how to control my doodle. Braking action. Space Center. There we go. There's a button. So that guy will get home fine. Then what we could do is go to the tracking station. Oh, my. Look at all those orbits. Okay, and then I should be able to... One of these... Is this the... That's the probe. That's doodle. Okay, so... Can I not take control of the probe? I thought I could. Maybe I have to do that. Ah! Okay. Can I just get rid of this? No, it's got to stay on there, I guess. Okay, so now I control the probe. Not that... I mean, what I would need to do is... add a maneuver in. And continue its burn. Like... Whoa, actually. That's getting there. It's like, it's multiple burns to get there. It's like 4 burns to get there. Am I gonna make a successful launch? Well, I don't know why you would ever think that any of my launches would be unsuccessful. And then this thing, I mean, it's got no fuel, but it's also got no, it's also got, it's got no weight to it, so I might be able to make it work. So to get home, you gotta do that. Okay, that's how you do it. Huzzah! Alright, so then I would go here, then I could go back to, The Doodle 8 spaceship. Just make sure Jeb don't crash. Yep. Okay, and then we could just... Because he should re-enter the atmosphere way before the other guy. You know what we could do? We don't need this anymore, so just a couple of that. Bye! Sorry. You were just there for retrograde burn. It was the smallest amount of fuel I could take. Alright, I don't need this on anymore. I don't think I'm gonna have near enough fuel to get that probe to work right. I think what I need to do is try to do a lunar flyby to get a ton of science, just a ton of science, and then use that to get the cross feed. No, I don't think I need a heat shield just for this, just for the capsule. Do a lunar flyby, get a ton of experience for it, come back with that. Just do a flyby, don't enter orbit or anything. Just zip around, come back. And then get the cross feed, because once I get the cross feeds, I can make... That was the retrograde booster blowing up. Once I get the cross feed, I can make a way more efficient rocket that'll just work a lot better. Once I get the parachute... Can I set this to auto-deploy? Can you set these to... You gotta be able to set these to auto-deploy, right? Alright, so you're fine. Well, can I knock it out of here while it's fluttering? I don't think I can get out. I don't think I can get out of here while it's Nope. Not so much. Oh, I thought I could just deploy the parachute and then go back to the probe core. I need to get to my probe, goddammit. I just want to test to see the fuel efficiency. I don't think it'll work, but the fuel efficiency, goddammit. It's just, it seems like it's at least 4 burns to make that right. How many dead Jebs so far? They haven't been counted in that counter because you said no? No, the counter's accurate. That's how many theoretical Jebs have died. Alright, so now we go back to the tracking station. We go to the Doodle 8 probe. We fly the probe. You know what? I bet I could get this probe into orbit around the moon easier than I can get it into orbit around Kerbin. I say that now that smash cut to be exploding on the moon. I mean, this thing's got it's got photovoltaics and a big battery, so it's got basically unlimited power. Whip! Alright, we're getting close to its burn. Because all the Delta V I've used to... All the Delta V I've used to change... Oh, this thing's not on, is it? I've used to change this thing's. It's actually pretty efficient. I mean, it's going to burn through that fuel pretty quickly, but... I mean, it can change the Delta V on this thing pretty good because it's just this tiny little probe core. Make a probe-only rocket. I can make a probe-only rocket, but I tried it off screen. They just didn't fucking work. Whenever it made a probe-only rocket, they just went... It's actually... I didn't think it would work, but it's better than I expected. And it does put a probe into orbit. Not into the correct orbit, but almost. Any RimWorld planned soon? When the next update comes out, yeah. Oh, I'm drifting. I forgot that it doesn't... Without a Kerbal on board, it doesn't work great. Alright, cut the engines, cut the engines. Wow, I actually made it through that burn with fuel to spare. Didn't think I would. Alright, so the next one would be... This is actually going to get way closer than I expected. Wish there was a better way to tell if it was, like, perfectly lined up. And that's, like, half a burn compared to what the other ones were. And then I would just need to, Then I would just need to wait till I was at the periapsis and burn it out until it was at the correct thing. That's actually a lot closer than I expected. Okay, so we're 33 minutes away from burn on the next one. I'm a little surprised. We got closer than I expected with this. I bet I can get this probe into orbit around the moon. I bet you I could. With this exact spacecraft. Without any changes. Maybe. Maybe. I could definitely do this once we get the cross feeds, because the cross feeds is what you need for like a super efficient rocket. Whoop! Alright. Scrooch this guy's little butt around. Yeah, because look, with such a low mass, even a tiny little engine with a tiny amount of fuel can get the job done. Can get it done. That's actually lined up. That's actually on the correct polar orbit with fuel left. With the tiniest little bit of fuel left on my tiny little probe. Okay, so inclination 90 degrees, apoapsis 2.722, periapsis 358. Longitude of ascending node 5.9 degrees, augment of periapsis 15.8 degrees. Within reasonable deviation is the thing. Within reasonable deviation. So we'd cancel this one, and then I think what I would want to do is get to like... Well, what I want is ideally the ascending node and the periapsis would be on the same point, and that's what I want to do it while I'm because that would not work. So what I want to do is scrooge this around. I don't even need to burn that hard to get that to work, to get this to work right. Oh shit, that was not right. Cancel that node. I just need the slightest bit to get this to work right. I just need to get it lined up right. It's not perfect. Because I think what I need to like scrooch it in a little bit, right? Maybe I need to do one of those funny looking burns, like one of these guys, one of these scroocher doodles. Yeah, that's what I need to do right there, because I need to line up my periapsis. Then once I line that up, then it's just burning prograde, and I'm there. Like, line them up. I think if I do it in one burn, it's more efficient, too. If I can do it in one burn, though. That's basically it. That's basically it. And I only need 612.5 delta V to get this. This is gonna be the skin of our freaking teeth if we get this. Because look how much fuel's left in this tiny, tiny little thing. But it's just a tiny, tiny little probe with like no mass. I'm pretty sure though, I'm 90% sure I have to have fuel left to make it work. You don't have 600 delta V on board. You don't tell me how much delta V I have. It's I don't think we're gonna get it, But I'm so much closer than I expected. I am so much closer than I expected to be able to get. We are just the slightest bit off. Just the slightest bit. Just maybe like I would say maybe 3 to 5% more efficiency may have gotten it. But we're so close. I just want to see how close we can actually get. And I don't know exactly what the reasonable degree... What does it say? Within a reasonable deviation. I don't know what the reasonable deviation is. If the reasonable deviation is pretty wide, who knows? But never tell me the odds. Exactly. Some people are saying 2% more efficiency. All right. I'm gonna use really low thrust to try to save efficiency. Really low thrust. We're in orbit, so it's not, and we're just pushing this tiny little thing around. Oh my god. Let's pin the fuel tank up here. Oh no, we're gonna be off by just a little bit. Because oh, look at it running low. Look at it running low, guys. That's it. That's it. How close do we get? All right, so let's clear this. I mean, it looks like we're really far off, but that was just 380 more delta V was all we needed to get that into the correct orbit. I will call that I'm not upset about that. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. Can I actually I don't think I just detached this. So we're gonna shut down. So close. So close. Can we science from here? Ooh. We could actually get a little bit of science. Transmit the temperature data. What about the pressure data? Probably nothing. Oh! Look at that! Anything? No, nothing here. Mystery goo didn't count. Wow, that was better than I thought it would be. That was better than I thought it would be, and that is cool. Hey, we got the maintain stability for 10 seconds, but not, we didn't quite get that.